What's up everybody, Scratch coming up with another Raid Shadow Legends video. Now we are again on the playtest server guys, and today we're gonna test one of the new epics that's gonna be used in the Brognis fusion starting tomorrow. Honestly, this champion has one of the weirdest names in the entire game. So he's a defense champion, spirit affinity from the Bannerlords, of course epic champion, how I said already. Giscard The Sigiled or something like that, a very odd name honestly. Now he is an amazing champion. He's so amazing that he already kind of got changing his kit, because if not, we kind of felt that he was gonna be a bit too powerful, right? So let's go over his kits right here. Plarium already announced it officially on their forum. They already modified a bit his kit. So we have the A1 Foe Breaker. Attacks one enemy, has a 75% chance fully booked of placing a 50% decrease attack debuff for one turn. Now, if you don't have a different champion for attack down for your clan boss team, he can be used fairly decent, honestly. The only problem with him will be his passive. Will kind of throw him out of sync on different affinities rather than Void, but we're going to talk about that in a second. So, attack down for one turn, 75% chance. Of course, you can run support masteries on him to increase the chances to land it and extend it as well. Then we have the A2 Lion's Roar, right? This skill right here at the moment is on a 2-turn cooldown on the test server, and it has attacks all enemies, has a 75% chance of placing a provoke debuff for one turn. Also places a shield buff on this champion equal to 25% of their max HP for 2 turns. So he gains shield, right? The more HP, the bigger the shield as well. That can be pretty helpful if you're trying to do some harder content in the game. Just generally, the champion can stay alive much better than any other champion that don't buff itself with shield or anything like that. So what they changed here, they put this on a 3-turn cooldown instead of 2. 2-turn cooldown for AoE provoke is pretty strong. Then we have the A3. Field of Strength on 3-turn cooldown fully booked, places a 60% increased defense buff and a 50% increased attack buff on all allies for 2 turns. So this skill stayed untouched. They haven't changed anything on this particular skill. Pretty good to boost for clan boss with defense up and increase attack for the attack champions if you're running a kind of like a mixture of champions in that team rather than just unkillable or rather than just defensive champions. Now the only problem will be the passive, right? Egotist fills this champion's turn meter by 35% whenever they are attacked by an enemy under provoke or increase attack debuffs. So what happened right here? They changed this 35% to 15%, okay? So that's what happened. Now, because of it, it kind of makes him a bit easier to tune in a clan boss team with 15% turn meter. You gotta lower the speed a bit more on him when you're going on non-void affinities if you wanna use him for clan boss. Because the clan boss buffs itself with attack up, right? So he's gonna get this coming in play. That's every single time he gets hit, okay? So if you're not gonna remove it all the time, it's gonna be hard to remove it anyway, because he's gonna buff itself from the very first AoE turn, so you're not gonna be able to remove it. But that's the passive, so this got decreased from 35% to 15%. That's what they changed on the champion so far, guys. But even like that, he is still a very powerful champion, amazing for crowd control. He can definitely wreck the Ice Golem alone. He's very similar with Lord Shamford, for example. Shield, attack down. He has defense up as well to help him a bit on the waves and things like that. A more unique sort of passive. Definitely getting turn meter is pretty good. And having that provoke, again, it can be pretty good for waves, right? It's not so important on the boss because it's not going to do much. But the shield from this skill is going to do quite a lot. So we have him built on a lifesteal set and an immortal set. It doesn't have insane stats. He doesn't have insane gear on him, honestly. But total stats, we have 47k HP, 3.7k defense, 219 speed, 97 crit rate, 158 crit damage, 293 resistance, 241 accuracy. Higher resistance, lower accuracy. We don't need more than that amount of accuracy on him for dungeons, and the resistance is pretty good for dungeons as well. Now, that's the weapon. That's a nice weapon, actually. So, a very nice weapon. Helmet, shield, gauntlet, chest piece, boots. We have the ring right here. 3 damage amulet. And we have accuracy banner, right? Masteries on him, guys. because I do want him to solo the bosses, I want him to make it a bit faster, we went with the offense 3 on him rather than defense and support. I went on support to have a bit of a higher shield. We're gaining more thermeter from here whenever the buffs expire on himself, the shield. We're having Cycle of Magic to decrease that chance to use it even more often. And then we have Sniper and Master Hexer to extend the attack down and increase the chance to land that attack down as well. And all the way to War Master here to deal a bit of more damage and to heal a bit more. You can run him, for example, on a different set. You don't need to run him on lifesteal. You can use regeneration set on him instead of it. And then you don't really need to go with a War Master. On him you can go on a defense 3, tank him up a bit more, gain a bit of more resistance from there if you like, or get for tier 6 Eagle Eye or something else, either to increase accuracy, either resistance, either Fearsome Presence to increase the chance of landing that provoke. So honestly, kind of up to you what sort of build you're gonna choose for him. But what I want to say about this champion, I would not give the legendary champion from the fusion for any of the epics. Even if you're new to the game, 20, 30, 50, 60 days in, you have the possibility, as long as you manage your resources wise, to do the fusion as free to play, right? It's been proven by other content creators that they started new accounts free to play, like Cold Brew Gaming has done it, and I know quite a few of different people that are just normal players, not content creators, that they've done fusions pretty early on. So a lot of you might look for epic champions, right? Just to be a carry for their accounts early on for progression. He's definitely amazing for it. So if by any chance you do decide not to go for the legendary champion, this right here will be the best champion out of the epics for progression. This one, and we have another one that we're gonna make a video either later on, either for tomorrow. But Giscard The Sigiled, the oddest name in Raid Shadow Legends, he's an amazing champion for progression. He does require 5, 11, 13 books in total to be fully booked. Not bad. The aura, I think I forgot to specify, increases ally defense in faction creeps by 27%. Base stats are pretty good, super high defense, decent amount of HP, decent speed, resistance 45, pretty good. He's gonna be amazing for faction wars. I don't need to say this sort of stuff because it kind of comes in play. Whenever we say a champion is good, he's definitely gonna be good in faction wars as well. Now, let's take him in for a spin first in the Ice Golem. Then we're gonna try him on the Magma Dragon in the Doom Tower because he is landing provoke. The Magma Dragon is a force affinity at the moment. All the bosses will be rotating, changing affinities. So I'm pretty sure he's gonna do an amazing job on the Magma Dragon as well. But first, let's watch him in here soloing Ice Golem. So the whole idea with him, even after they change the skills, put the provoke on 3-turn cooldown, I have a feeling he's still gonna be able to solo Ice Golem without a problem, honestly. Do let me know what you guys think about it. Do you think he's still gonna be able to solo the Ice Golem, or do you think he's not gonna be capable to do it anymore? As long as you have resistance, enough resistance on him, especially on the minions once you get at the boss, okay? Because you'll be encountering problems there with the heal reduction from the left minion. So once you get there at the boss, as long as you have enough resistance on him, you've seen I don't have a huge amount of HP on him, like 40, 47k, something like that. He has 17k base HP. That's pretty decent to achieve. Defense, honestly, if you give him 3000 defense, he's gonna be more than fine. More than fine to run it with like 3000 defense. Let me sip a bit of coffee, guys, because I feel like I'm draining here. So we landed provoke on a 4 out of 5 champions here, which is pretty good. It's not a 100% chance to do it, but it's still pretty good. Again, we landed it on a 3 out of 5 this time around. We got that. It's funny how whenever he gets attacked by those provoked champions, his thermeter is just going crazy, and he's constantly locking them out on their provoke. That's why Plarium felt the need to change him a bit because of it, you know. He's definitely prioritizing the A2 over the A3. So if he's gonna have that decreased on and on and on, he's just gonna use that rather than buff himself with the A3, you know. But that's not bad. It's like what? Under 2 minutes to kill the waves, right? I think it's pretty good, honestly. No HP burn, no poisons, Not like huge numbers in damage there, but not bad either. 11k, 12, 22k there. 21k, 32k on the right minion. You see, the main idea is to get resisted. When we provoke the minions, they're gonna attack us, they're gonna boost our turn meter, so because of that, we get to rotate much more often, and like that, we're gonna buff the shield on and on and on, and it makes it much easier to actually have sustainability here to survive against the Ice Golem's hits, you know. Clear the two of them. Then War Master is pretty good here just to ramp in a bit of extra damage. And because we do have lifesteal, without War Master, I feel like against the boss alone, he's just not going to be able to heal enough. So he kind of needs that War Master hit as well there. Honestly, it's pretty straightforward. I find it super powerful for a champion to be able to solo a dungeon, honestly. Now, thinking that he's an epic champion as well, not a legendary, right? So we have what? Epic Champion's Torture Helm that can solo the dragon. We have him soloing the Ice Golem here. I don't think we have anything for the spider. Epic. Not that I'm aware of anyway. Who knows? Maybe we discover something in the future. I doubt it though. Okay. Almost halfway through. Almost halfway through. But you see, he's not going low on HP because that shield comes in play pretty good. The boss, because we do have attack down on him, it makes it much harder for him to actually break the shield. Even with the minions up, honestly. He's not like dealing tons and tons of damage. But this takes like what? Probably it's gonna take like 5 to 6 minutes to do it. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be around there. Once they're gonna change his kit a bit, I think it's gonna take a bit longer. But honestly, I'm pretty positive he's still gonna do it without a problem. Even on 3-turn cooldown with because of the passive, that almost brings it down to 2.5 turn cooldown, to say like this, because of the turn meter he's keep on gonna get. I feel like he's gonna be pretty sweet for progression, honestly. He's gonna carry you against the waves in dungeons like so good, honestly. We're gonna try him on against some waves as well, just to see how it's kind of like working for progression as well, to say. Okay. They're not able to knock down his HP. So after the release on the game with the kit modified a bit, probably he will be dropping a bit of more HP down to 50% time to time, but then he'll be coming back on play. As long as you have a good speed as well on him. You need to get like over 205 speed. With masteries you can make use of more of it, but I kind of wanted to get Master Hexer and Sniper rather than to go on that mastery next to it to get more speed from all the dead allies. 18 more speed from there. You can of course get that instead of a Sniper. It's gonna be a bit harder to go down on the 3 there with the masteries, but still doable. So around the quarter of HP left here on the boss. We're definitely gonna pass over 6 minutes. So it might not be the luckiest run here with him, because I've done it faster. Okay. You see, that 16k War Master is actually better than his his own hit for the heals. I was gonna say I haven't really paid attention how much is the War Master proc without defense down. I always usually have defense down on the boss when I'm going with the other champions. But we're almost there. We are almost there. 6 minutes and 30 seconds almost, ladies and gentlemen. Giscard The Sigiled. Solo Ice Golem 20, 6.6 million damage. Let's take him in for a spin on the Magma Dragon as well. Of course, he's not gonna be able to keep the boss provoked alone, no matter what you're gonna do to his A2. Sometimes he's just not gonna land it because the chance is only a 75%. He's on a 2-turn cooldown, so he needs some help from champions that landed with the A1. Now, because the boss changed affinity, he's on Force right now, he can be a decent option as well to help with the attack down, for example. We don't want to use Tyrell here because of the weak hits and things. Paid Mesh is pretty good, but he can deal pretty much the same sort of job. Bring some help to the team as well. So we're going to run Sunless Survivor, Husk, that they're going to help us a bit with Provoke. And he's going to help us with Provoke, with Attack Down, and he's going to buff a bit as well on the team. But let's take them in for a spin and see what they can do. I'm actually going to fast forward this a bit because I don't want to stay stuck in here for too long, guys. Here we are back. Almost done with the run, guys. 5 minutes later. He's doing some sort of work here. Now, of course, once they're going to change the skill, kind of like the ghost nerf to say like this, because the champion is not released just yet. Once they're gonna adjust the cooldown on his A2, he's not gonna be as efficient as he is right now. You've seen a lot of times one of the champions is near death or anything, he comes in as a clutch with his Provoke on him, taking the damage from the other ally on himself. So because of it, I feel like he's a pretty good clutch in here. So he dealt 689k damage. Husk dealt 1.8 million damage, Sunless Survivor 830k damage. So he's kind of on a par with Sunlash. Now, of course, it is better to run champions with the A1 that they can land Provoke from there. But how you guys can see, they're not 100% reliable. A lot of times they're gonna get resisted. And I feel like a champion like him is the right champion to throw in that extra spot to help you guarantee that somebody will land that Provoke on the boss, right? Because he's changing affinity. But he's great for progression overall, guys. Like, it has a pretty good kit to help you pass waves rather than bosses. I feel like he's better on that aspect. Even after they change that, how I said, he's still gonna be a good champion. But do let me know what you think about the champion in the comments down below, guys. You think it's a bad thing that they already adjust the skill? You think he was perfect the way he was? Or he was a bit too overpowered for an epic champion? I am curious to hear your ideas, guys. I do feel like being able to lock the enemy team all the time with his A2, because you're keep on gonna get it back because of the turn meter, I feel like that would have been a bit too strong. But maybe change the passive, redo the passive, and leave that on 2-turn cooldown. He's not gonna be as strong anymore. But either way, that's my opinion on him. I kind of like the champion, honestly. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna feel the same once they release it in the game as well. But how I said, let me know in the comments down below, guys. Appreciate you all guys watching. If you did enjoy the video, don't forget to thumbs up, subscribe for more content, turn on notifications to see when we upload next, and I'll see you all soon on another video. Till then, peace out.